Are you having one of those days where everything you try gets all fouled up? Well, scooch on over to the television and feast your eyes on this. It's more exciting than watching fish swim. And less dangerous than a wheelbarrow race. It's life's funniest moments. We've got crazy sled heads, an accident waiting to happen. A horse rocks this kid's world. A guy who really likes skiing. These clips will make you dizzy with laughter. So find a comfortable place for your head and watch life's funniest moments. Looks like the clock on the wall says it's playtime. Of course, as far as we're concerned, it's always playtime. When the next door neighbors got a brand new trampoline for their backyard, the Malloys rushed out and got a brand new piece of plywood for theirs. The Malloys proved you don't need a fancy new trampoline to have family fun. All you need is a piece of plywood, a fulcrum bump in the yard, and 2 adults to help you bounce. Those Malloys sure know how to have fun. Up until now, it's only been an expression. But seriously, Danny has 2 left feet. In fact, if you know someone with 2 right feet, maybe they could get together with Danny and they could both help each other out. Jenny was aces at the balloon pop game. Got to the point where the other children at birthday parties didn't even want to play because her balloon popping prowess was so amazing. So this year, to even out the playing field, her parents put Jenny's balloon way up high. You know, to give the other kids a chance, to create an even playing field. But Jenny would not be denied. You gotta hand it to her. Jenny is the balloon pop champ. She just needs to work on humility. It is important in life to be a graceful loser, but it's just as important to be a graceful winner. Hopefully, Jenny will take that lesson to heart. Girls love horses, and Brenda is no exception. But when picking out a rocking horse for your little angel, make sure you get one that's been thoroughly trained. Rocket may look tame, but she is a wild, bucking, rocking horse from the rodeo. No one's been able to stay on for longer than 8 seconds. So Brenda shouldn't feel too bad. Ever seen those guys at karate demonstrations smashing cinder blocks with their foreheads? Well, they all had to start somewhere. You don't just start by smashing your forehead into a cinder block. You start with pillows, and you work your way up. We're here at Dilly Willy's Hollywood Theater, where we substituted the regular cement celebrities are accustomed to leaving their footprints in with new Tiny Tucker's Quick Drying Cement. Let's see if they notice. Why, look, with Tiny Tucker's Quick Drying Cement, these budding young starlets barely get their very expensive pumps in place before the super adhesive polymers in Tiny Tucker's Quick Drying Cement go to work making them stick like taffy. So when you need cement that dries quickly, please remember to get Tiny Tucker's, the first name in quick drying cement. The next time someone yells, "Look what I can do," just make sure that the camera's rolling. Here's why. When it comes to spending your hard-earned money on seeing a daredevil, you cannot do any better than attending a Crash Hard Kandinsky event. Crash Hard doesn't have the pyrotechnics, elaborate costumes, or big corporate sponsors like some of those other so-called daredevils. Crash Hard is just a man with his motorcycle. Crash Hard Kandinsky is just a blue-collar guy. Crash Hard also doesn't have a lot of overhead, like having to rent a venue, for instance. Crash Hard just shows up at the beach and does his thing, and he passes those savings on to you. So do yourself a favor and go see Crash Hard Kandinsky when he comes to your town. There won't be an ad in the paper. Crash Hard just relies solely on word of mouth. You gotta love it. Rule number 1 of parenting: keep the candy out of the children's reach. Well, more of a guideline than a rule, actually. Whether it be at the Moulin Rouge or the high school gymnasium, one of the dangers of doing the can-can is that you might end up on your can-can. You can tell this is the high school gymnasium because the Moulin Rouge dancers don't have numbered jerseys. So I'm told. You tried Atkins. You tried South Beach. You've gone carb-free. You've gone fat-free. Well, now how about a diet you can really sink your teeth in? That's right, the Baby Cakes diet. The Baby Cakes diet is simple. Eat cake and eat it like a baby. Trust us, you'll love the Baby Cakes diet. You won't lose any weight, but you'll love it. Who wants baby cakes? I do, I do. Mom's number 1 rule was no ball playing in the house. But all things being equal, playing cars in the house is even more inappropriate and dangerous. Welcome to the horrible landing competition. We have a winner. Okay, we get it, we get it. You want a wagon for your birthday, and you want someone to pull you around in it. Cool. Be a good little girl, and we'll see. Sometimes things get so wild, you need to use the hose. But that just turns things wet and wild. Aunt Nora is so busy with her hectic schedule, she can't remember where she left her triple caffeinated double espresso. Well, it looks like it spilled in the fish tank. Those fish are jittery.
He's going too fast. He's going too fast.
Reggie was feeling a little too domestic lately. Having everything handed to him seemed to betray the proud canine heritage he sprung from. So Reggie decided he would only drink the water if he was able to hunt and catch it himself. It was part of his training to be a wonder dog. But after this exercise in fertility, he simply wonders where the bowl is. It's time for another episode of Duke Mangiamelli, canine paleontologist. After last week's exciting discovery of the Ark of the Covenant, the Institute sent Duke to the lake to unwind with a much-needed rest. But Duke can't rest. Because Duke isn't just any canine, he is Duke Mangiamelli, canine paleontologist. He just can't stop because you just never know when the next fossil he finds may be the one he's been looking for his entire career. Other dogs may be content with bones, but Duke also needs fossils because he's Duke Mangiamelli, canine paleontologist. Alrighty, pal, back it up. It's time for Life's Funniest Moments Rewind. Edith is a pro. She's not going to let a little wardrobe malfunction hamper her performance. Hand Edith lemons and she'll just make lemonade. And how? What a great idea. I wonder why there aren't more ice rink musical concerts. That's probably why. Her ad said she wouldn't do windows, but it did say she wasn't afraid to really get in there and clean. And that is what I call getting in there. When you hit a golf ball, you're supposed to yell, 4! When you hit a bucket of gold balls, you should yell, 17! No racket, no net, no court, no line judge, no scoring. I tell you, seagull tennis is a whole lot less complicated than human tennis. These people think they're showing up for a job interview, but they're actually the latest hidden camera participants on the hilarious new show, Funniest Pens and Paper Products. It is the only show that centers each prank around a common everyday object you can find in an office supply store. So join us here each week, my friend, and be sure to look over your shoulder at the office, or else you might find someone walking up to you when you least expect it and say, "Smile, you're on Funniest Pens and Paper Products." The worst part of a road trip is there just isn't enough room in the back seat to chase your tail. So Bartholomew is chasing the car's tail, also known as the rear windshield wiper. Well, it's either that or another rousing game of license plate bingo. Welcome to Wild Willie's Wheelbarrow Roundup. Please remember to keep your arms, legs, head, shoulders, knees, feet, and the whole body inside at all times. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's the callbacks for the new musical Rock and Roll in High School. Jimmy dressed in all white for his audition because his kids said it would make him look younger. Producers agree that Jimmy has the moves, but can he play a teen? Well, it all comes down to this dance. Will Jimmy get to play the part of the chip-on-his-shoulder outcast greaser with a heart of gold? Or will he end up playing one of the older roles? Looks like Jimmy's gonna get the part of Principal Wiggins. And now emerging into the daylight for their very first time as man and wife are Mr. and Mrs. Can't Walk in Heels. Maybe she should have kept her maiden name. It's like taking candy from a baby. It's child's play. It's a recipe that's been handed down from generation to generation. When you have coleslaw at the Henderson house and wonder how they're able to mince the cabbage and carrots so perfectly, just glance down at little Jenny. She's making the slaw the way her mammy and her mammy's mammy and her mammy's mammy's mammy did. Nothing else tastes like Henderson homemade coleslaw. And now, little Billy Johnson breaks it down old school style. Thank you, Billy. Stevie told Mommy he didn't like the spice on his chicken piccata. A little goes a long way. Why was Mommy so in love with the cayenne? Hot, hot, hot. Give me the milk. It cuts the hot. Looks like Mama wants him to let the flavor breathe a little. Oh, there you go. You may not have egg on your face, but milk is a close second. Not content with mere sleds, Orville and Wilbur have invented a new device to completely wipe out on. Get the script, read the script. Get the script, read the script. All in a day's work. Ever since he won that special auction on E-Bone, well, he's been impatiently sorting through the mail. There it is, an autographed team photo of the 1936 Georgia Bulldogs. You gotta love the internet. They're trying to show their owners that they don't need a babysitter. Sure, they can walk themselves, but they seem to be forgetting that neither of them can use a can opener. Maybe a sitter isn't such a bad idea. When Inkster heard the family was vacationing on the Canary Islands, he knew he needed to stow away and stow away fast. Imagine an island literally teeming with canaries. It's every cat's greatest fantasy. Suki tried to tell Inkster that the Canary Islands were just an archipelago of 7 volcanic islands under Spanish rule. But Inkster was way too busy figuring out how many canaries he was going to chase. It isn't always easy to let go of your dream. Everyone thought Margaret was crazy to plant her tomatoes on this cat's fur. But think about it. No bird in their right mind would go after her tomato crop this year. The crop is on a living, breathing scarecrow.
Mamma mia! No more sauce from a jar. This year we are going to have tomatoes.
It was Abner's first fishing trip, and he wanted his first fish to be a keeper. He heard all the big fish were in the center of the lake, so he was really winding up. Well, looks like this weekend the fish are safe. Wish I could say the same about Abner. If any of the funniest moments in your life have been captured on videotape, or you're planning on capturing one of life's funniest moments on tape in the future, we'd love to share it with the world. Just send your tape to Life's Funniest Moments, P.O. Box 7898, Burbank, California, 91505-9998. Just make sure no animals were harmed in the making of your video, and be sure to include your phone number. And if we use your funniest moment on the air, we'll send you a Life's Funniest Moments t-shirt and $100. The relationship between a flag and wind is a complex and ever-changing one. The wind lifts the flag proudly while the flag gives the wind a tangible, colorful visual. Of course, too much wind and the flag becomes a parachute. But back on the pole and the wind and flag will give it another try.